Hey everybody, welcome to our quick video where I'll show you how to clip a raster in QGIS. Let's get right to it. In our last video, we downloaded a Landsat image of the Champlain Valley. And many of you know Landsat images are quite large. This one is a Landsat 8. All the bands added together are something like 2 gigabytes. And it covers a huge area. So if we want to work with a smaller area, it makes sense to clip the raster so that we have a much smaller file size on our hard drive, and also any calculations will go a lot faster. So for those of you following along, it doesn't matter exactly what area you clip for this, but we're going to center in on Middlebury, Vermont right here. This is Snake Mountain. Here's Lake Champlain. And anytime you need to do an operation with a tool, you'll go to Processing, Toolbox, and then you can search tools, which is pretty handy. So if we search clip, comes up with a bunch of results. And one here is to clip based on a polygon overlay. And that's pretty handy. But we're actually going to use this GDAL tool, which is to clip raster by a set of coordinates or by an extent, because we don't actually have a polygon we want to clip to. And we're going to get those coordinates actually by moving the mouse around and just literally jotting down the x and the y coordinates. And we're going to need a coordinate for the bottom of a rectangle, the left side, the top, and the right side. So I'm going to take a break, take a pause. I'm going to get those coordinates for the top, left, right, top, bottom of my rectangle, and we'll resume in a second. Okay, so I've made a note of my coordinates. Now I'm going to open up the tool, and the first thing it wants to know is the input layer. So this is literally what raster are we going to clip. And keep in mind, one piece of advice, you need a different tool to clip vectors than you do to clip rasters. So right now we're just clipping a raster, and you'll need a different tool to clip a vector. So here's our virtual raster that we have. I'm now going to type in the left, right, top, bottom coordinates in here. And I'm going to pause as I do so. Okay, so I've entered in my 4 coordinates here. My x minimum is 627,000. Here's my x maximum, my y minimum, and my y maximum. Pro tip, do not use the parentheses or you may get an error. And just again, I got those by looking at the coordinates here and moving my mouse around. Okay, so we go down. We're going to leave all the other variables alone. I did specify a file path to save the clipped raster to, and that is on my desktop in my Lab 2 folder. So don't just always pay attention to where you're saving things. And it's a .tiff extension. So we'll run this. May take a second. We'll pause. Nope, it's all done. It's added the clip already. Here it is. And we can see that it already has a little bit better coloration than the previous one, probably because it is lesser in extent. Thanks a lot.